Even with 20 minutes to go, I just thought Arsenal are going to go and get one here. And it's be a set piece, or it'll be a moment of magic from someone, or a little deflected goal, and Liverpool will lose 1-0. And it'll be a disappointment. I think they'll go back tonight to Liverpool really proud, those players. And, they'll be not celebrating because they've not won a game, and some of them have won titles and won hundreds of games. But I think they'll feel like that was important what we did out there. And I think it was important for their season. They've obviously not been in amazing form, but they've actually had a decent run of results. I think that's the result tonight that they will be probably most pleased with amongst the others, because it's a significant thing to play against this Arsenal team here and do what they did.
Yeah, and you wanted to reflect too on Conor Bradley. We don't, obviously, as we speak,
No.
we don't know how bad the injury is. It didn't look very nice,
No.
I have to say. That's really unfortunate, because he was, in a way, he personified that digging in.
He did, and Kirkes, who I've been critical of during this season for his way in which he settled into the Liverpool team, I thought he really stuck at it and was competitive and really sort of getting at Saka and sort of, really aggressive in his defending, lower and a bit more fierce. So I thought he did well too. And Conor Bradley, I just think he's so graceful. When he moves forward with the ball, he travels with it with such smoothness, and, it looks fantastic, and his defensive work's pretty good as well. And he had a good night as well, Conor Bradley, until that last part where you just feel like he needs that run of a season or 2 seasons, 3 seasons of reliable, good 7 and 8 out of 10 performances as a right back to establish himself beyond Trent Alexander-Arnold, who was a sensational football player for Liverpool. And tonight it just looked like a bad one, and then I think you summed it up perfectly. I was a little bit emotional in terms of, I think I called actually Martinelli an idiot, which maybe I shouldn't have done, but it was idiotic what he did. It was poor. You said it in a lot better than I did, and a lot more graceful than I did, which is not unusual, which was to read the room. He didn't read the room, Martin. It was really poor. It was almost disappointing to actually, we all disappoint ourselves. We all let ourselves down on a football pitch and get carried away in moments. But that'll be one that I think Martinelli, after, I think he'll head off into that changing room. I think he'll go and see Conor Bradley and say, I'm really sorry, I should not have done that. You'll feel really after that, I think, if you've done that against a player who's been injured. So, yeah, he didn't read the room. It was a poor reaction. And maybe there's a little bit of sympathy in the sense that he probably thought Conor Bradley was trying to edge back on the pitch. I think he actually did a little bit, didn't he, even though he was injured. But, he threw the ball at him to start with, and then he sort of pushes him off the pitch. And I'm surprised the Liverpool player didn't go over and really grab him by the scruff of the neck. I'm looking at actually Roy Keane in my picture here. If that had have happened to one of our players, I think he'd have been in full force.
Yeah, well, fortunately, I guess that didn't happen, and peace broke out again. I know you were at Burnley last night, so I don't know how much of last night's football you've been able to see and